Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the SNHU Esports stream. I'm Connor, and I'm joined here with Rose. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Perfect. We got some League of Legends here for you tonight, so we're going to be streaming the SNHU White team that we have up on the chopping block here versus Stonehill Gold. So I think this is supposed to be a pretty suitable matchup for both of the teams here, and it's going to be a pretty exciting game that we have on our hands. But before we get into it, let's talk about some of the things we have coming up. We have Never Hold Back, which is a Street Fighter tournament, Street Fighter 6 on Saturday, right? November 4th?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. November 4th. Yeah, I'll be there. Make sure to show up. I think the actual draft, or not draft, I'm thinking about League right now. I'm in my League world right now. But the actual bracket starts around 6, so make sure to get there around then. And
let's go
speaking
ahead
of draft, let's
head over to draft.
Yeah, let's just take a look at what they're going to pick here. So bans coming out for both teams. Couple options we could see obviously are going to be kind of collegiate scouted in the first place, right? That's kind of how the scene goes here for both of these teams. Is
they obviously scouted Jin and Zyra because that is who our SNHU's bot lane and support like to play for sure.
Yeah, we've seen a couple times on stream how well they play that Zyra Varvane, and Showy Cult is also well known. He likes Jin a lot, so he plays it pretty well. What do you think of the bans from SNHU White? Could they be scouted, do you think, or more of like a meta ban like Kane, Misfortune, Nico? Do you think any of those are a problem right now?
A little bit of a meta ban, especially with Nico. She's a very dangerous champion. I'm seeing with Kane, looks like their jungler might be picking that ban as a counter.
I think we might have seen Eat the Vegans recently playing a little bit of Kane. In our past matches, I think he actually picked it a little bit. Mm-hmm. So it might be more of a comfort pick that they're trying to take him off of. But speaking of Nico, I think we've seen close to like 100% pick rate in Worlds with Nico somehow. Mid, support, and jungle, she's all really, really good at Worlds this
especially
year.
With her reworked abilities. It wasn't a short while ago, it's actually a long while ago, but still, her new abilities are really awesome.
Yeah, the way that she can turn into that little caster minion at the end of the wave and just walk into any lane.
You have to count the wave every time.
It's so annoying. But
and it looks like we're seeing a Xayah-Rell duo, and Rell is going to be really good for that dive support. And Xayah is going to be a great pick with her as well.
That is a little bit weird. I think SNHU White was probably trying to take the
Xayah-Rakan duo.
Yeah, they're trying to take it away from them.
I can see it working though.
Yeah, I can. Xayah does not sound that bad, honestly. So a nice little steal there from SNHU White. And it's funny, we were just talking about Rell, and I didn't think we'd actually see Rell picked, but I think Rell actually has a pretty solid place in the meta right now for support picks, at least.
For sure. Now we're seeing Rakan. I'm gonna wonder who their bot lane is gonna be, but now we are looking to see, and when we see a Syndra mid on SNHU White versus Vex, how do you think about that matchup?
I think that's probably Syndra favorite, don't you?
I think so too.
Because I don't think Syndra doesn't have any dashes, right? And that's part of like Vex's thing. It's not like her whole thing, but it just helps. It's a little added on bonus. But I think Syndra mostly just outranges Vex before she can actually get into range of actually threatening Syndra. So, going to be a nice matchup there in the mid lane for us. And now we're probably going to see a lot of ADC bans coming out from SNHU, trying to just whittle down the options that Stonehill actually has to pair with that Rakan. And I feel like Kai'Sa is one of those. And then another one could be Ezreal, and the reason that they probably didn't ban that there is because they're not really looking to play towards the top side lane with Malphite. They want to play bot, so they're going to try to pick a prio pick for their bot lane.
Now we're seeing...
Not that Ezreal isn't a prio pick, he's just... Normally you want to pair roaming support with him.
For sure.
He can go pretty safe. But yeah, Echo. Oh, that's a nice pick there from SNHU. A lot of fun watching Echo on stream all the time, I think. So
for sure.
His ultimate is definitely annoying to deal with. The fact that he can just rewind and be like, nope, sorry, I miscalculated.
Yep,
My
when
bad.
you engage too much with him,
Yeah.
and then you see you've gotten too far.
Yeah.
He has a way out, but you don't.
There's a redo button. Fun! But Stonehill Gold now is working with their second phase man, Graves. Hopefully not for the ADC. Hopefully for jungle. Just making sure here. Their last pick, not going to be hovered there. They have plenty of time. Got a little bit blurry there.
Now,
camera.
if Graves is their jungler, what do you think about a Graves Echo matchup?
I'm pretty sure Graves can kind of bully Echo out of his jungle in the early phase, including the late phase. Until like Echo is around like level 6, he's not that much of a threat on his own. So you're mostly looking at like him setting up ganks for the most part. But Tristana is going to be the one paired with Rakan, and that is going to be a prio pick in the bot lane that they're going to be able to play around. So, and also at that is going to be a pretty good pick with Rakan. So, Ornn to top everything off here. It looks like we're probably going to just see a slugfest towards the bottom side of the map here, I feel like. Both of these compositions are kind of just centered around front to back, and if you have more damage on your backline during that front to back, it's going to be a lot more in your favor when you have all that damage coming out from the ADC. So I am very curious to see how both of these teams play these matchups.
Me as well. And I'm seeing the Tristana Rakan combo, and I'm thinking this is a little dangerous for Snow White.
Yeah, it is, especially like towards level 3, level 6. You get those power spikes on Tristana, even level 2, because Rakan doesn't really want to have that engage without a way out. He will probably take W level 1, but you want that E just in case. So with Tristana's WE and also Rakan's WE, it's a very deadly combo. But I'm really looking at the mid matchup here. Very curious about how that's going to go.
Me as well.
But as we take a couple more seconds to just kind of think about these matchups, we're going to take a little break while we wait for the spectator delay. So we will catch you right after that with some more League of Legends. Hello, welcome back. We got some League of Legends here now for you as they roll out to their most likely 5 points. I don't see either of these teams really invading, do you?
I don't see it for now.
No, I mean, maybe you can have some kind of lineup here with Rel, but it looks like Rel is kind of playing a back position anyways. Got the confidence here from Just Spoon, too. Just stand right in the middle of that cup, going for the championship. You're going to see him at Worlds here soon in the finalists, I think, right? Just Spoon, he's plays for, what, SKT? So, returning player from SNHU and SKT. Man of many talents here, but there he is. We're going to get a close-up. The professional himself there. But yeah, this mid lane really going to be an interesting matchup here for the two of them. I feel like we're going to see a lot of jungle involvement either in the mid or bot lane here. We could see a little bit in the top depending on how it goes, but I'm pretty sure it's a little bit Ornn favored, but Malphite doesn't really care. Neither of them care. They don't need gold, so. This Vex, though, I'm really wondering how Vex is going to actually get in here.
I'm thinking Vex is definitely going to be looking for pokes at Syndra and waiting until she's used her flash because that's her only way out of her engage. So Syndra looks like bot lane.
Bot lane looks pretty even right now. They got those relic stacks on both sides, so we're going to see an accelerated level 2 coming out using those stacks on the second wave here. Since they have a little bit more health, is going to get you that level 2 fast, and it looks like Stonehill is really looking for that level 2 right now. They're going to get that knock up too, and the peel from Rarvane actually cuts off Whitetail there. The Ignite goes out on Shoiko, but I just don't think they really have the damage right now to actually secure anything. A really nice peel from Rarvane to catch that there.
Rarvane is definitely going to be in charge of keeping Showy Colt safe for this game for sure. It looks like Showy Colt's gonna play it safe for now and stay behind Rarvane in the back line for now.
Yeah, just a little bit shooken after that engagement there, but a nice trade from Spoon here. Gonna start racking up those shards of chaos for his passive there. But I think that trade in the bot lane is a little bit more favorable for SNHU. They're gonna get these level ups, have more health in the long run there by getting these biscuits and level ups in the future. Plus, they use that Ignite on Salvation. So they're not going to have that really for the next engagement. Not that SNHU is really equipped to be that aggressive here with their summoners in the first place. Just for the future, in case they do need something, they're going to be down a summoner.
And Captions has pushed the lane towards tower for now. We see Showy Colt and Rarvane under tower doing a little farming. And in mid lane, it looks pretty equal for now.
Yeah, mid lane is pretty much at this point stalemate, but they got both kind of equal farm. Captions is going to take another QE there, and it looks like the junglers are going to be able to see each other. Bresson is going to take a lot.
Buckles is running away as he has taken a lot of damage from this trade.
Yeah, we're going to see in that top lane, it's kind of just going to be a wet noodle fight. Both of them going to be able to trade back and forth a little bit, but not really secure a kill until probably level 6.
And Ethan Vegans might be looking for an early gank, but he doesn't see it there. We see Showy Colt and Rarvane starting to push the tower to blue side.
Ooh, Eat the Vegans coming down here. They got that Tri-Bush warded. Are going to be able to catch him a little bit early. Don't think they know he has a vision here, so just trying to waste his time here and kind of act like they don't see him there is going to be a play there. But Buckles, not having that try warded, is going to see Graves come up around here with that nice smoke screen. The flash comes out. Mars getting so much damage on him, but that flash is going to be able to save his life there, or getting out alive. I like the way Just Spoon kind of recalled out of vision there to kind of bait him actually walking up there. Even though he didn't have mana, it just got Captions to be a little bit scared there and ping his team. Always a good sign of actual play around macro and vision in the first place like that.
Mm-hmm. Now we see SNHU taking a small CS lead for now, and Eat the Vegans looks like he's going in for drag pretty early.
Oh, I don't know if they saw Graves. Well, they did see Graves top and saw him recall. So with that information, I feel like Eat the Vegans, I mean, he's starting it right now, but I just don't really, they don't have vision of it, I guess. Do have that control ward, so it is going to be able to kind of just slowly whittle that down, get the bot lane to push in, have this prio to be able to walk up to that, and now Graves is getting a little bit curious. We're going to see him clear mostly down towards bot side at a slow pace, not before Eat the Vegans can get that dragon, though. That's going to be SNHU's first dragon here at 6 minutes.
Now, knowing where the other jungler is really important, especially when we get to have more vision in the jungle areas, in the camps as well, as that can give you ideas of where to go next, especially when you're taking the other side's camps, or you're going for Baron, Rift Herald, Drakes, and it looks like we see just Spoon coming in and Raw Bait engaging, and they have to disengage as Salvation and Whitetail have stayed under their tower for now. And it looks like Mars is going in for a gank, and I'm curious to see how Buckles is going to handle this, as this Tribush hasn't been warded yet, and it looks like he knocks up the Graves, and Malphite goes in with his ult, but Buckles is able to pull off.
Yeah, way too much health there. So tanky to try to actually just kill Ornn, even without that flash, but I really like the way he played that E and was able to actually get the knockup. I think they're looking at 6 right now for the bot lane. Both of them. Who's going to get it first? I'm wondering if that's like why Stonehill is stepping up so far there, is because they're just about to hit 6 or not. But are going to see Buckles pushed under tower a little bit here, just keep on eating that poke from Brenson. And now Mars, after seeing how much poke he's just been able to take back to back to back there, it's going to be kind of an easy dive to set up, I feel like. Plus, if he can soak a little bit of XP here, get that level 6.
Graves does not have his ult yet, but he is going for Eat the Vegans, as Eat the Vegans has invaded their jungle, and it looks like he's looking to stay safe, so he pulls off. And Mars is really camping topside right now. He is looking for that kill on Ornn, especially since he's pressured under his tower.
I feel like it's kind of like a more selfish, I guess, mindset of trying to get yourself fed there, because if they can also get some gold onto that Graves, you're going to be pretty set for the rest of the match.
For sure.
Ooh. Shokill trying to cancel back, so he catches Salvation off guard there. That W, though, Rakan just so slippery. It's going to be able to get out there.
Right, and I'm very surprised by this matchup. It looks like it is favoring SNHU right now, which is not what I expected initially.
Yeah, neither did I. I really expected the Tristana Rakan to
looks
just
like Salvation's
do numbers.
Gonna knock them up, try to get them off the tower. They are taking those plates, which is giving them vital gold.
Mm-hmm. They don't really care about Salvation slapping them there. But now as Whitetail gets back towards the lane, doesn't really have that much up on him either. I think the CS lead from Joey Colt's just a little bit too big. And that agility cloak on top of the Noon Quiver is just going to be a little bit too much there for Whitetail to deal with, because all they got is the Noon Quiver dagger there.
Looks like we might get a possible
Salvation.
gank.
The flash W there. He's going to flash that other R there. Rarvane, though, is going to take a brunt of the damage. A nice root coming out from Showy Colt. Going to find that one pick there. Has the R still holding on to it. Throwing it out to dodge that fear from Captions. Another one coming up here. He's so low. The Ignite going to burn him down there. And a double kill there for Stonehill. Eat the Vegans, though, on the prowl. It's going to get hit by that R. Oh, the fear there, and the flash is going to probably get him out there. Just Spoon looking for more. He's hungry for more blood. He's going to get it. Eat the Vegans, a nice R. Oh my god, the fight continues. Brenson with the teleport. What is going on right now? Salvation with the stopwatch? Brinson
Just
is getting
Dude
it
was
out.
barely able to get.
Oh my
the Malphite
God.
Ultimate! And the Rel comes in. Rarvane is looking to get a kill, and it looks like
What is
he's
happening?
exhausted while Showy Colt is trying to catch up right now, and Brinson is just pulling them away from each other, and they end up.
I think that's the end. I think we can
Alone.
safely say that's the end of the fight.
You never know when it's going to be the end. This was an awesome fight to watch.
What a fight. Oh my god. Everyone involved. Like I said, it's just going to be a slugfest in the bot lane there, but I think both teams coming out pretty evenly favored in that whole exchange there. So STL or STHL is going to have 16.5. SNHU going to have just 100 more gold. So the gold matchup isn't really that bad here. There's no deficit. But as we look towards the dragon, Mars is going to be taking that out of vision. This new bot side has prio. If someone comes and roams, catches him, they might be able to.
Looks like Echo is
play.
looking to see, and he sees
But they
that
have
they're
mid
at
rotation.
frag. They have
Captions.
Echo
Gonna look
goes
for
in,
that.
and he has to leave because he's slow. Oh, and we see Salvation going in, using his ult to charm, and that's awesome CC for
Ooh.
SNHU.
Wait, they got that kill too. Caption's gonna fall. Also, all 4 players, except for Rakan there, are gonna die.
Now, I was not expecting them to take this dragon.
Neither was I. They had the mid prio there. Rotation, it was just the bot lane that they had able to rotate up there first for SNHU. So now, coming out of that, they're almost going to be at a 1k gold lead here for SNHU.
Alright, now Salvation's only protecting his turret for now, as Showy, Colt, and Rarvane are getting some more plates in, and he tries to slap them again, but unfortunately they do not care.
No, don't really care that much. Salvation damage is pretty negligible, but his CC and stuns, those are what you really got to watch out for.
Now, as Mars is rotating around,
Be careful.
he might be going in for a gank, and Salvation goes in, knocks them up, and we see an ult from Zai.
Oh my god, the
roots
damage!
both of them. Lots of damage here, but we see the ignite, and Showy Colt might just die, and he dies right there. Mars and Whitetail jumps in to
Rarvane can
get
stall.
Rarvane, but looks like he is able to make it away.
Didn't stall enough there. Jespoon was thinking about coming down, but having that rotation from mid, especially with Caption R, is going to be a little bit scary walking out with no vision on that mid laner.
And Captions is positioning themselves well right now.
With that knowledge of where Eat the Vegans is and how pushed under Buckles is under that tower, he's just going to be to walk up into that jungle and wrap around there safely.
And
nice play there.
looks like Echo might be going in for a gank on Malphite right now. Oh, and we see the ult come out, and he is knocked up. Eat the Vegans and Buckles take the kill on this one.
Oh,
awesome
nice
gank
pickup
from
there.
Eat the Vegans.
Yeah, Eat the Vegans getting a little bit more gold there. You don't really want to see Echo with that much gold on him either. Ooh, Salvation.
Rarvane's gonna fight for this ward. And Salvation.
I feel like they probably could have gone on him there, don't you think?
I think so too. I think maybe they did not know where Tristana was.
Yeah, it could have been anywhere, but as that tower falls, Showy Kill just does so much damage out of the blue here. I guess it's, all that hard work from basically perfect CS with the 120 CS on the board right now. Just really focused on keeping up with that, and if you're able to just have that, you have more income than your laner and gonna have a little bit more damage.
And looks like Rarvane's just passing through for now. Right, they're building a little bit of a gold lead right now, and I'd like to see them take that farther. And Showy Colt is coming back in bot side. Whitetail has to go back.
Showy Kill keeping up that farm. A little bit unsure here. He has that lane ward in the tri-bush, but you can never be too safe there. Salvation! Oh my god, the Guardian proc on his teammate saved his life there with 73 health.
Super close there.
And here's the Rift Herald with Mars. Ooh, Rarvane wrapping around too. It's going to be an exchange here from Eat the Beacons and Mars. Just trying to play around that field is going to be able to kind of zone him off there, but the aggro of that Rift Herald is going to go to Mars.
Rift Herald resets as SNHU takes it on with 3 members of their team. Now Vex might be looking to see what's going on right now. And a little bit of poke. We see them trying to weasel their way in, and the ult comes out.
Oh my god.
It's an all-out brawl right now. We see a teleport coming in from Syndra to help out their team. And it looks like Stonehill is going to lose the team fight. Oh, but Captions comes in with a lot of damage, and Salvation is such a great help in this fight.
Holy crap.
Just Spoon is left with a little bit of health, so he tries to get away.
No, the Rift Herald.
Kill the Rift Herald.
Oh, the Rift Herald 1v1.
That last auto attack on that eyeball on the back is able to save him. Salvation's trying to get away. Oh, and the ult comes out from Showy Colt, and the flash and the kill. Whitetail is coming in. Showy Colt can't see him right now. I wonder what he's going to do. I don't think he's going to engage. I don't think it's a smart idea. And it looks like Whitetail's going in. And Rarvane is there to help out Showy Colt.
Oh, he gets it anyways.
It out.
Oh my god, a nice play there from Showy Colt, just knowing his damage. Having those 2 long swords up, stat check Whitetail there. But Whitetail is going to fall, and that's going to be so much gold here on SNHU.
Mars
they have
really
3k
can't
gold
take this right now.
Mars cannot. Mars is going to try to steal.
Oh, and it looks like Captions ulted, probably not going in, as the odds are not in their favor right now.
Nope, that is certain death there. But Mars looking a little bit scary here. Just Spoon taking some damage, and it looks like they're going to just try to roll out into mid here. Maybe take a reset here because they are losing a little bit of global map pressure here. That top lane looking a little bit low after Brenson's been beating on it for a little bit.
That Rift Herald definitely helped in the mid lane, and I'd like to see that turret go down as it would open up the map a lot more.
Yeah, these turrets in the mid lane, as they start falling, you have a lot more options for jungle paths or just in general vision, for example. The turrets block out vision, right? So
looks like Stonehill is keeping themselves together as they're afraid of being picked off right now.
Yeah, especially playing around that vision too, right? Like if you step on the wrong ward or something, SNHU's not that far from just gunning it at anyone and being able to just force a fight basically anywhere on the map, as long as they're mostly positioned right.
It's like Ornn is going to take that top tower, possibly, but we see a lot of pressure, and it looks like there's going to be a fight. Stonehill going in with lots of damage onto Rarvane and Showy Colt.
Nice
it looks like they lose that.
They're going to be able to get 2 kills there for STHL, and still SNHU up 3k gold, but you're going to have to take those fights where you're just up a couple people there and sacrifice other parts of the map there in order to actually, try to get back into this game here with the way that SNHU is playing right now.
Yeah, Stonehill is going to be looking for gap closers, and it looks like Whitetail is able to get away from that.
Scary though, the amount of damage that Just Spoon is already able to pump out with just 1 item. Imagine when he gets that Shadow Flame on top of the Rabadons, is just going to be unbearable.
Yes, Syndra is very scary, especially with her stacks. Looks like Mars is going to take blue.
Yeah, Syndra's farm is pretty good too. Showy Colt and Just Spoon farming pretty dang close to perfect. But are going to see Showy Colt take that red, Eat the Vegans, push out that mid, and the way that they have the bot lane positioned in the mid, I really like, because it allows them to kind of just rotate around the map.
Might be going for a flank right now behind Benson, and Buckles comes out with the ult. Eat the Vegans might be coming in to give extra support.
Benson is ulting out.
Yeah. That's
I
a
would
smart
too.
move.
Yeah, I would too. Because that pick comes out, you're just going to start to try to force Baron there, and it's just a downhill battle for Stonehill after that.
Right, and Snoo having good vision around the Baron pit and around the mid rivers, which is going to give them a lot of opportunities to spot out the enemy team.
A lot of these turrets falling here for Stonehill.
The Vegans might be going in on Caption and Mars.
All going to use that dash there, get his stacks. Caption has a fear again. Eat the Vegans forced out early there, but Caption is still very low. Joey Colt going to pick up that kill on top of a double. Nice pickup for SNHU there. Just going to walk up this map towards that Baron probably.
No, I'm loving the team fights I'm seeing this game. They are very awesome.
Yeah, SNHU just seems really different this game. I feel like they're just so well coordinated and something just clicked with their teamwork, I feel like.
Snoo's taking a bit of a good gold lead right now. Just giving them edge.
Oh my
Looks
God.
like they're going for Baron. I do not think Stonehill can contest this or even knows that they're there right now.
No, there's really no way that Stonehill can actually get to this in time before they burst it down, but it looks like Brenson might stick his head in the wrong place here and get caught out here by Rarvane. No ult up. There's going to be a knock up and just chain CC to death. Another kill for Showy Cole at 8 now. Oh, okay.
They're all going in on Salvation and Whitetail, and Buckles cuts them off right there, but they flash away for now, so they're safe. It looks like they're going for Drag, which is just about to be up right now. And Stonehill may or may not be looking to contest this. It is the Soul after all, so it's going to be a huge lead for Snoo if they take this. And it looks like they're trying to contest and trying to wedge their way in here, but Snoo is able to take this. Dragon Buckles goes in, and it's an
so does Salvation. Trying to save him.
Salvation's ult was awesome, and Buckles is left really low. Mars made pick, but Syndra is able to push him off, and it looks like Snoo has won this team fight.
Was that what happened? Why did Mars just run into them?
I'm not sure. It looks like the Malphite ult comes out, and he's trying to go for Showy Colt, but he barely makes it out as his whole team is there.
It's a
1v4.
It might be a common trend here from Stonehill coming out. They might just be done with this game, trying to rip off that Band-Aid and get into the next one here, because those past 2 deaths, not quite in Stonehill's favor.
Now, Snoo has built up a lead that is going to be really difficult for Stonehill to close the gap.
Mm-hmm. And as those people trickled out of the fountain there, they weren't really able to get all the way through that inhibitor, so it's just a little bit damage there. No inhibitor turret guarding that, but their Baron has mostly ran out at this point.
They also have the Chem Tank Soul.
They did pick that up right after Baron there, which was a nice addition onto their lead, because look at the gold lead right now.
It is about 6k. Looks like Snoo might be going in, and they're backing off a little bit right now. Rarvane sweeping for those little wards to try to deny them any vision that they can get.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of denying this vision right now. Mars just cleaning up what he can, but it kind of looks like SNHU is trying to get situated in the lanes that they need to in order to apply the last of this pressure with their Baron there. A nice ult! Oh my god.
An ult from Showy Colt that does tons of damage to the other team. They are forced to back off right now.
That was odd. But they dodged that knockup and got so much damage out. I just don't think they were expecting how much damage that ult would pump out with the E.
Snoo's got a lot of damage, especially Showy Colt, and Rarvane is just so good at engaging them.
Rarvane is really good at catching out people with her W. Like that W, I feel like she's landed canceling dashes, which is really hard to time. A lot of times.
Looks like Mars is going in for the kill on Buckles. Buckles is really beefy. He's able to take a lot of damage. Eat the Vegans is going in, and Buckles is using his ult to cut them off.
Brenson
is looking like he's taking the brunt of the damage right now. Mars is trying to peel him off, but unfortunately he's going to have to back off as they're going to get the kill on Brenson after a while, and Mars is just running away now. Buckles is still going in, trying to get that kill on him. Mars is doing a lot of damage, but unfortunately he's knocked up right now. Buckles is going in, eat the vegans with that stopwatch.
Yeah, that was a really long fight there, but meanwhile in the bot lane, looks like SNHU 3-on-3 is able to just pressure out that tier 2 there and start to crash waves into this inhib tower. So it's going to be kind of difficult for them to actually stay in the game and actually have a source of income when they're just applying this much pressure around the map.
Yep, and it looks like the only way out of this for Stonehill is objectives, but unfortunately, as you said, they're very pressured.
Yeah, it's a little grim for Stonehill, but the way that they've been trying to take these favorable fights, like that gank in the top lane, it just turned a little bit sour after Eat the Vegans kind of got the read on Mars there and was able to counter gank him. So
Captions going in to save this, get this wave off of their tower.
Just pushing out through the mid lane. There's not a lot you can do when you're Stonehill right now. Fighting for this vision is probably one of the best proactive things you can do. Other than that, you just kind of got to turtle and, hope for the best here. Hope that SNHU steps up, and the way they've been playing, it's going to be difficult.
Is looking for...
Oh, he just wanted the scuttle grab. He wanted the scuttle grab. Did not get it, sadly. Just Spoon is going to be the victor and earns the scuttle crab crown there. But
I love seeing fights for the scuttle crab.
Yeah, my favorite objective on the map. I love scuttle crab. But they are going to be able to secure that. And in that scenario, Graves kind of just wanted that vision, but it was the paycheck. It was the scuttle crab paycheck. He was really after there. Let's be real.
Like they were going to secure Baron, but now that Stonehill is trying to come in, they're slowly getting picked off.
I looked away for a second. Mars is dead. Oh no. I think just Spoon pressed R. But they're just going to melt that Baron there. And that's another Baron on the board there for SNHU with almost a 10k gold lead. Actually, they do have a 10k gold lead. That's stand corrected. So that's going to be a big amount of gold on this board that Stonehill doesn't really have the equipment to deal with now.
We're seeing a 10k gold lead. I mean, that is a really huge gap. Now, do you think there's anything that Stonehill can do to close this gap right now?
They got to try to fight for the steal. If SNHU goes through with fighting this for a 50-50, not pull it out, then Stonehill finding the steal could be a pretty big game changer. And it looks like they're not going to really look... They're going to take the 50-50. They get it. And that's an Elder on SNHU with the 10k gold lead. They're just melting through here. Double kill for Showy Kill. Double kill for Just Spoon. It's just Mars left. And he is going to die again to Showy Kill. The teleport comes through. And Stonehill's inhib, not long for this world. Nexus turrets, not long for this world either. It's just them and their Nexus. So SNHU successfully going to be able to close out this game against Stonehill, going up 1 in the set. A really nice game there from both of these teams. I really like the way that SNHU was able to convert that game so clean.
Now, looking at the matchups, I think it was a little bit Stonehill favored, but seeing the way Snoo played tonight, they were awesome.
I thought that bot lane would win. I thought the Rakan Tristana would come out victorious there, but a really nice game from both these teams. SNHU going to go up 1 there in the best of 3. So they just need one more game to finish out this set. But we will be right back with the game after a short little break here. Yo, what's up? Welcome back. That was a pretty extended break there, but luckily we are back with some more League of Legends. Just waiting for everyone to kind of get into draft here. After that last game, what are some picks or some bans that you might think we might see from both of these teams here?
I think we might be going for similar bans as we see right now. We're seeing also the Xayah ban is new, but very much understand why.
Yeah, very understandable ban there. I think that might be from. Wait, is new blue this game or red?
Snow White?
Is no. Like for the sides, are they swapped? Because it looks like these are the kind of bands that I think I'd see from some. Yeah, there we go.
It looks like
Perfect.
they're swapped. Yeah.
All right, so those are going to be Stonehill's bands there. Understandable. We're going to see the Zyra. Oh my God, tongue twisters, and Syndra. They did not make those bands easy to say.
Yep, and we're seeing the same bands from Snow White, which looks like they've scouted out what the other team likes to play, and a pick from Swain. What do you think about him?
They love the Swain here on Snow White, and it's understandable because Swain is a very good first pick, very good pick in general because you can throw him in most any lane you want to. Throw him in the bot lane, throw him into the top. Maybe not the top.
Maybe not.
But, mid support, whatever you want. But that Aurelion, what do you think of the Rel and Aurelion?
Now, Aurelion just recently got nerfed, am I correct?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was very powerful, but I think even with this nerf, he is going to be really powerful, especially with his ultimate. It's just going to be a game changer for a lot of the team fights.
That's a new thing that they touched about his rework, right? Where like he gets super strong throughout the game. And
yeah, they scaled back on a little bit of the scaling.
Yeah. Well, did they?
I believe so. Do you remember what the nerfs were for this patch?
I can't remember, but I mean, like, the scaling doesn't really matter because it's infinite, right? So he just scales infinitely throughout the game, right? I guess it does matter a little bit, like, earlier into the game.
Yeah.
But
I think he might be a little bit of a weaker early game right now.
Yeah, and as it gets onto the game, you just get that ultimate. That's just the entire map, anyways. So it doesn't matter. You're gonna get hit by it. But I'm looking forward to seeing some kind of large-scale crowd control to throw onto that Aurelion ultimate as you get further into this draft here. But the Karma coming out for SNHU is going to be a nice little addition to their front-to-back here. It looks like Swain might be a little bit more solidified into the mid lane there because we know Just Spoon does really like playing him, but I'd also like to see the ADC Swain come out, maybe.
Yeah. What do you think about Karma versus Rel? Now, Stonehill is picking Rel, which is the same one as Rarvane picked. Same champion that Rarvane picked last matchup.
You think there's like a rivalry going on?
Maybe.
Like they're trying to show
There's a little bit of a rivalry going on.
Yeah, just I can play a better Rel than you can. And Karma's like, nope, punch him back with the Karma. So I think the Karma is going to be a pretty good pick into the Rel there, actually, because having those enchanters into the hard engage, you might be able to just provide just the right amount of protection that your ADC actually needs to get out of that engagement for. So,
and it looks like they've picked Ashe. Now, I'm wondering what SNHU's response to Ashe is going to be. What do you think about an Ashe-Rel matchup?
Ashe and Rel could be paired pretty well together, but it looks like SNHU in response to that, like Ashe Rel kind of seems like more of an early game hard engage. Mid game Ashe is okay, but compared to late game, I think Zeri really takes the cake for that one. So SNHU might be playing for a little bit later oriented bot lane here. It might throw in a little bit more resources from like jungle or mid or people roaming down in order to actually get there in the first place. So that's going to be a pretty fun lane to watch. I feel like Ashe Rel versus Zeri Karma.
It looks like Snow White might be picking Urgot.
Ooh, yeah, nice first pick.
Is a favorite of their top laner.
Yeah, their top laner likes playing some Urgot too. So that's going to be a nice first pick. Especially into whatever Stonehill's playing here, because I feel like Urgot pairs pretty well with the front to back that SNHU's got going on here. is a little bit counter synergy with Jarvan because Jarvan's going to put down his Cataclysm, and Urgot playing around that is kind of hard because you can't E through the wall, you can't walk around them in a circle like you normally do. So that's going to be difficult. But the Scion coming out from Stonehill looks like it's just going to be another wet noodle slugfest here in the top lane. It's going to be two tanks just going at it. Not a lot really happening. Both of them kind of being lane bullies, though. Well, Urgot at least might just try to just push his lead as much as he can, and Scion might just be able to try to play proxy or play that extra pressure that he has from how much wave clear he's got. So a nice draft from both of these teams coming out here again. So.
Yeah, I'm especially excited to see Viego on this.
Oh yeah, the Viego. I've not really seen that much of it yet, have we?
No, we have not, but especially how he can take over other people's champions. I mean, that is always awesome to see. And then he's also invulnerable and he's able to heal after that as well. Just
it's so annoying.
Repeat in team fights. It's going to be really awesome.
It is so annoying to deal with Viego once he gets that ball rolling. But that's also one of the skill expression parts of him is that he has to play all the champions on the enemy team. So, but that is definitely going to be a really fun champion to watch here. I just can't wait to get into it here, but we are going to throw it to a quick break before we get things started here, so we'll catch you after that. Welcome back. Heading straight into the game here. We are going to see probably a 5-point from both of these teams. I don't really see an invade really being successful on both sides, but the Scion could definitely play anti-invade and just stack a bush there and just get a 5-man knockup. Would be a very nasty start to this game and would not really be that out of pocket, I feel like, for either of these teams. Like, I mean, I'm expecting anything at this point.
And looks like they're not going to be going for an invade. Now, I'm excited to see the Zeri versus Ashe in this game. Zeri definitely has a stronger late game, but Ashe and, Ashe and Rel. It's going to be a strong matchup.
Yeah, Ashe and Rel definitely are going to have that kind of long range poke. Well, not really poke, but long range engage. Like from a distance, they're going to be able to really engage from a far way away with the Ashe R and then on top of the Rel. It's going to be something that you've really got to watch out for. But I think that the support on with Showy Kill here, Varvane, Karma's going to be able to really shut down a lot of what Rel wants to do.
Looks like they're both giving a leash. And looks like starting off the game nice and clean.
I think a level 2 might come out here from the Vegans. He has that EQ. It's a very dangerous level 2 gank here from Jarvan.
It is, and it looks like Viego is not going to be close enough to help them.
Now, Viego's looking for like full clear towards topside, but as they push in, as they do with that relic, they're going to get that level 2, get a little bit too amped up here. Varvane's going to take a brunt.
A lot of damage. Eat the Vegans is going to go in with that, and it's going to do a lot. Salvation's going to come out with this. Oh, we get flash from both Whitetail and Salvation.
Yeah, all summoners down here from the bot lane here, but only cost 1 exhaust there from Varvane, which is a really nice trade, I feel like, for SNHU.
And it looks like Captions is pretty low right now. Just looking to play it safe. Just Spoon has a lot of poke in his kit.
Yeah, Just Spoon's really going to be able to harass Aurelion, especially if Aurelion wants to actually trade into Swain. Swain's just going to get that free E and be able to get a nice little trade in there before Aurelion can really do much back. But we're going to see some proactive jungling here. Mars taking out a bit of Eat the Vegans camps as he clears towards the top side. He saw that Eat the Vegans was down there ganking the bot lane, was able to pick up the Blue and Gromp here from Eat the Vegans.
I love to see when junglers take advantage of knowing where the other jungler is, and it looks like Mars might have tried to go in, but Buckles was able to safely get away. And we might see Viego and we might see Jarvan clash, but it looks like Jarvan's going to be going to the other side. Whitetail is pretty low right now, so they have to play it safe for now. Looks like Jarvan is going to maybe look for a gank or grab that scuttle. Captions is low on mana and low on health, forcing an early recall. It looks like Just Spoon is going to get an advantage here with that golden XP from these early waves.
Yeah, he's really going to be able to try to push that lead there and shove it into turret, forcing out Caption's teleport there. So that's going to be a TP advantage there from Just Spoon. Well, he has the ghost, but still going to have a bit of an advantage there, I feel like, against Captions. But it looks like Brenson is going to be able to find a solo kill on Buckles.
Yeah, it looks like Varvane is looking to deny Eat the Vegans.
Oh, Showy Coat killed Whitetail. I don't know how, but all the way back there was able to find a kill on Whitetail, and that's going to be a nice little pickup there for SNHU. Not first blood, but is going to be a nice addition onto Showy Colt's lead there.
We also see a huge CS lead on Showy Colt, and they're able to take the dragon at just 5 minutes. Marvane having good vision, making sure they're not looking, and it looks like Viego might have gone for a gank mid lane, but looks like Swain is going to recall. And Eat the Vegans is just going to take this early dragon, which is going to be a really great lead for them right now.
Yeah, now looking back down here, I don't think Salvations really has vision here, but Mars is ready for the counter gank here. I don't think they really want to take any trades here in the spot lane or engagements now that Shoei kind of needs to back at this point. He's sitting on a bit of gold and doesn't really... I mean, Whitetail has 2 longswords up on him, but at the cost of being down, 20 CS and a kill, so...
Well, it looks like pretty equal on gold for now, except for bot lane. Whitetail's, I know Ash's W is very annoying, but also Marvane is able to match that with some poke. And Shoei Colt, I just love how the W goes over walls, as it is able to catch them off guard. They usually walk back into it, which is really funny.
Yeah, the W is actually pretty hard to dodge when it goes through that wall, so Shoei Colt really going to be able to try to take advantage of that right now.
And we see a little bit of a CS lead for Just Spoon. And it looks like Salvation and Whitetail are really pressured right now. Looks like Marvane's going in for some poke, we'll miss. And
There's the W.
Colt is going in for some trades. Now Buckles is under tower for now. Brenson is going to be backing off.
Buckles does have a bit of a CS lead here, but the item advantage is going to go to Brenson since he did take that first blood there. So working with a little bit more firepower here than Buckles. But you never know. When those ultimates from both of these bruisers or juggernauts come out, it can just be all mayhem, and you never really know who's going to come out on top of those exchanges.
It looks like Brenson is going to knock him up shortly, going in to trade some of his health. He's doing really well in lane for now. Viego's doing really good at clearing, and he might be looking for a flank right here, or he might just be going around. And we see him going into... Oh, it looks like that ult comes out from mid lane, and Just Spoon is...
Oh my god, look at Just Spoon!
Staying alive.
How is he still alive? How did he even live?
That ult was really crucial. And it looks like Mars is going in towards Buckles, and we see that ult from Scion, and they're able to take the kill, and Mars takes over Urgot.
Yeah, that's another kill on to Stonehill's side there. Mars getting a nice little pickup there, and that's going to be a little bit more gold.
Mars is just chasing down Eat the Vegans, trying to steal his camp too. And Eat the Vegans is not going to let that go.
Oh, he got it. And he's going to be able to get the level up on top of the Cataclysm, forcing Mars out here with the ultimate. Has to flash that wall there. That could have been death, and very deadly death with the Rift Heralds being up here. They might actually just try to go for it while they're at it.
Now that Viego has to recall, it looks like they're going to be able to get this Rift Herald. And we see some help from Marvane, who has come very early to top side, which is really awesome. I like to see supports roaming a lot. Salvation also roams mid lane looking for that kill on Just Spoon, and Captions flies in. They're doing lots of damage, and they're able to pull. Just Spoon was able to pull them in, but unfortunately not able to get away with his life. And Marvane does some damage control under the turret. Mars is farming real good. He's eating real good.
He is. Mars has been able to pick up a lot of camps here from Eat the Vegans and just be able to soak XP and just pick up every off chance of gold from lanes there. Poke coming up from Whitetail. Yeah, just waiting there for like a solid 30 seconds to get that W off. The commitment is real from Whitetail here.
Alright, and we're still seeing a huge CS gap between SNHU and Stonehill in the bot lane. Whitetail's going to have to stand her tower as they're vulnerable right now without their support. Now, what do you think? So far, we're seeing 3 kills on Stonehill, 1 kill, not a huge gold gap as we see the gold favoring SNHU right now. And when we see Brenton going in for damage on Buckles, now Eat the Vegans is going to hop over that wall and get that Rift Herald behind,
Spot
and Salvation catches them out guarding Whitetail. And they are... Looks like that turret's going to be going down.
Yeah, that might be first turret. It's very low there, but it has the Bastion plating. It will go down there, and that's going to be a nice first turret paycheck there that SNHU gets on top of rotating to this dragon here. So a nice play from SNHU there.
Now that's going to put a huge deficit, especially in bot lane. It looks like there's a fight going on at top. Mars is looking to help Renson secure that kill on Buckles, but Buckles is able to make it under the tower. And I like the safety, a little bit of safety that Urgot has that keeps him alive.
Yeah, Urgot is actually deceptively hard to kill there, but we are going to see kind of just a pass-by exchange here in the mid lane. Buckles just
They're
fighting
not giving
back.
up on him. And Brenton is taking
His
a lot of
reinforcements.
damage. It looks like the ult comes out from Just Spoon and he tries to knock him out and he is trying to get away, but unfortunately... Oh,
Gonna
and
give it to
his
Buckles.
passive comes out. He's going to try to continue doing damage, but Eat the Vegans is just going to peel him off right there. And Viego is going to recall, and it looks like there's a brawl going on. Showy Colt is chasing Whitetail, but unfortunately is probably going to be killed by Salvation.
Yeah, Salvation going to pick up that kill there on Showy Colt. Whitetail trying really hard to be able to pick up that kill, but will be going on the Salvation. Not that bad, but is going to be gold on someone
Might
you
have
don't
just
really want.
overcommitted a little bit too much.
Yeah, Whitetail almost took too much poke there.
And Buckles trying to dodge that, but he is taking a lot of damage right now. Eat the Vegans is going in to help out, and Renson is backing off, and it looks like he's going in, trying to get that kill. And I love that Scion knockup going in with the Cataclysm, and Brenson is just gunning for Buckles right now. He's very low health. He's able to get that kill. Eat the Vegans is trying to clean Brenson up, but he is just so beefy right now. And he's able to knock him up again. It looks like he might pick up a second kill, and if he dies, might be able to use that. Oh, looks like that passive is down right now. But that was a really good trade.
Yeah, Brenson just being a menace here in the top lane on the Scion is going to be hard to deal with going into the future of this game, but I feel like as Buckles tries to pick up a little bit more of these essential items like that Black Cleaver and stuff, Scion will stop being such a hard target to kill for him.
And Mars is just pushing Eat the Vegans out of his own camps, but Eat the Vegans is not going to let that go again. It looks like he's taking a lot of damage, but he pulls him into Rarbane and Just Spoon, who roots him, and they take the kill.
That's going to be a nice kill there on Just Spoon, the start of probably what's going to be its snowball. Just having that extra 300 on to the Swain is going to be a pretty deadly combo, I feel like.
Now, I feel like the laning phase ended a little early here, as now they are looking to secure more turrets and taking objectives. SNHU especially taking objectives really well and working together as a team. Now, Captions is coming in over this wall to try to do some damage control. He's taking damage, and Salvation is going to back off. It looks like they might be setting up for a team fight. It looks like their Aurelion Soul is going to be backing off right now. Now, as the next dragon comes up, what do you think about, how do you think Stonehill might be able to secure this? As SNHU's already got 2 dragons, it is looking pretty good for them right now.
So when it comes to these front-to-back compositions, you really got to try to be on the spot first. If you're able to set up your vision and able to get actually to the chokeholds that you need to contest, then you're going to have a lot easier time just barreling through the enemy team or hitting your AoEs on them as they're trying to walk as a unit, because they're not really going to walk alone if they don't have those people that can really flank without being with the rest of the team.
Now, Whitetail So just gonna have to protect this turret for now. That there's not much that they can do. Next dragon is coming up soon. And it looks like Mars might be going in to pick up a kill on Showy Colt, and he goes after him, but he misses that stun. He still goes in with the smite and ults on top of him. Looks like he might be able to pick up that kill. And that was a successful kill for Mars right there. Rarvane is just trying to escape with their life, and it looks like they pick up the kill on Mars before he's able to ult out. That was a nice save from Eat the Vegan. Salvation might be looking to engage them. And Scion with that knock-up.
The double knock-up with the Cataclysm on top of the Swain. That's a deadly combo, but it looks like Salvation's just turning things around here with that CC. I don't know if Justmoon's going to be able to live long enough to see the end of this, and he will fall there. A double kill on Captions is going to be a turn of events here for Stonehill on top of picking up that dragon.
It looks like they are able to secure Dragon, just as you said. They were able to get there first, and they had a lot of CC that was powerful enough to take SNHU down.
It's going to be difficult now for both of these teams. I mean, the gold lead is still kind of there for SNHU, but Stonehill now working back at things might be able to try to, catch SNHU off guard again and just really hit them where they don't really expect it like that last time.
A little bit of bounty picking up on Stonehill, and it looks like Eat the Beans and Rarvane are going to be going for that Rift Herald. Salvation and their jungler is nearby. They might try to go in for that steal. And Salvation has a good opportunity to engage right here, and we see Aurelion Sol going in with that Dragon Breath. Mars is just not able to take that. He is kind of stuck in the pit as he gets slain by Just Spoon. And Caption is just running away with his life right now as SNHU is playing as a team. They are able to make Stonehill disengage from this fight. Looks like they're going to drop that Rift Herald mid-side. That's going to open a lot of room on the map.
Yeah, that's going to be able to just open up a lot of leeway here for SNHU to work with vision or jungle paths in general. And they might be able to even get a second crash off here, just trying to whittle that down before it crashes. And it's going to be able to get a lot of damage off onto that turret. That's going to be a nice little solid stake that they have into the rest of this game.
And Buckle still has the top tower up. He's looking to push in, and Mars is trying to save this turret right now. So Buckles is doing a really good job at pushing top lane. And we still see a big CS lead for Zeri. It looks like we have just the gold lead is closing up a little bit on Stonehill's side. Captions is looking to go and take some farm, while Eat the Vegans is trying to clear some vision right now. We see maybe a little bit of a fight going on top lane right now, as Mars is able to get that kill on Urgot.
That's not going to be what you want there. Mars being able to just run around this jungle now, it's going to get to the point where Eat the Vegans just is going to have to give up a lot of the stuff he wants to contest, but he's doing his best to really start to actually solidify the lead as they're working more as a unit here in the composition that they should be. Just Spoon catch and maybe be able to catch Mars out here, or just even catch the wave that Scion's just, being a menace pushing in this top lane here. It's going to be hard to deal with them for the future of this game.
Now, SNHU's trying to push their way in and push down these turrets, but Stonehill is just holding on, pushing them back, and they are split up for now. But we see Baron is going to be coming up soon. Hopefully they'll be going for that. It looks like Mars might be looking to flank them from behind with Salvation as well.
Ooh, the W. It's always
a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's always a lot more damage than you really expect. So.
And Mars is getting rid of the vision that we see around the pit. And it looks like they're going to try to cut him off. And Mars flashes out of that Cataclysm. Scion goes in for that sneaky knockup, and they are able to just run away with the speed from that dragon.
They're in the
They're
choke.
turning back on
Oh
them.
no! A huge ultimate from Aurelian is just going to be a huge knock-up on the rest of SNHU as they just melt through the rest of the team there. That's going to be a big pickup for Stonehill getting back into the game here as Captions just picks up another kill, and Rarvane trying to run away here, not going to be able to get away from the flying space dragon.
No, Aurelian's soul, despite his nerfs, he is really strong, and like I said, that ultimate is coming in handy. It is able to turn around these team fights really quickly.
Luckily, I think both of the teams are still in this game, so it really could be anyone's game, but Stonehill is going to be able to go up 2k gold here, now 4k, and get that Baron, which is going to be a really nice tool for them to be able to push out these waves.
Now that drag is coming up very soon, Eat the Vegans is looking to farm a bit, while hopefully they get some vision around this, because that's going to be crucial for them to be able to take this dragon, as we see Stonehill teaming up right now. They are going to contest this dragon.
I like the way that SNHU has their waves pushed out, even though like they have this Baron, just kind of prepping that in advance, playing the right macro, so that it's going to take Stonehill a little bit more effort to actually be able to utilize it and also get to this objective. But it looks like they kind of just have clear access here. Salvation is cut off here. This is the point where you'd want to kind of engage here, but Salvation is going to group back up with their team. And now SNHU just got to be a little less scared and push out onto this dragon here. You really want the center of this river controlled.
It looks like Salvation going in with that ult, and the knockup is huge, and we see another ultimate go in, and Captions is just really melting them down. Rarvane is not able to get away, and they secure an ace. Yeah, that's just the wombo combo from Stonehill coming out again. You got to really pull the trigger on one of these sides here in order to not, be all grouped up for that group AoE that they keep being able to land there. So, playing those chokes and actually being able to, catch them before they're able to clear them is going to be part of playing the front to back composition that both of them are playing here. Now using this buff to push down the remaining turrets. Really smart move here. Salvation, Mars, and Whitetail looking to pressure that mid lane turret. And SNHU is responding by trying to get them off. Brenson able to take down that turret. Mars is following close by. Still gaining that golden experience from the camps nearby, but ready to engage at any time. Looks like he's going to go behind, possibly get that kill on Buckles, and he ults into him. He is saved from the turret by his passive, and Showy Colt just looking to get his way in. But it looks like they're a little too strong to engage in a fight right now.
Stonehill, yeah, up around 8k, 9k gold here.
We see a huge kill lead as well. They have huge bounties on their heads. They're just walking gold bags, and Mars is able to secure that kill on Showy Colt. Salvation's going in to engage them. Unfortunately gets rooted and might get killed, and he is killed by that Swain burn.
That's a nice shutdown there for the Swain, I feel like. And now Mars caught off guard here, has that Urgot ultimate on him, but it's not really going to last long enough before he's able to use that Jarvan passive to just get out of there. The ultimate coming out from Sion, just trying to land it on Just Spoon. His ultimate running out, going to be able to get it back up here. Nice little route coming out, and it might be a long extended trade here. Brenson just lasting a lot longer than he really should. Just soaking up so much damage here. I don't know if he's even going to die. Just Spoon now falling to Captions, running through the rest of the team there. Whitetail trying to scramble to get out of here. Brenson is going to fall, but not before Mars is able to pick up another kill here. Just going for Rarvane in an extended position here. Showy Colt going to be able to dance his way around the Scion passive just before that stun runs out. He's able to get the kill. Showy Colt just running around his base here, being able to dodge Mars there. It's going to be a nice gateway back into this game. I feel like if they're able to get more gold here onto Showy Colt and just win.
Some really good footworks and some really good shutdowns as well. It might close a little bit of the gold gap for them, but it looks like SNHU is very down still. And as Stonehill starts to respawn and come back up, they may be looking to take more objectives to solidify their lead. Looks like it might be a fight between Mars and Eat the Vegans. He's got a lot of damage going on. Eat the Vegans is able to make it out as Mars disengages from this fight. He's getting a little too close. Salvation now is warding, keeping it safe.
They're going to play kind of around the vision here. SNHU has mostly a dark map right now, so if Stonehill's able to negate a lot of the vision that they got going on here, they're going to be able to play a lot more forward and having knowledge of where exactly the players of SNHU are deeper into their territory. They're going to be able to make plays and picks a lot easier. Because what SNHU is going to want to do is they're going to want to try to take advantage plays like this on the Scion with like 3 people against 1 in order to try to get a lead back into the game. Because if they're able to get that kill or shut down on a couple of these guys, that's a lot of gold in their pocket to be able to buy more items.
Now Stonehill's doing really good on keeping vision throughout the objectives and the jungle, as they might be looking for a Baron pick. It looks like SNHU's gathering for a possible team fight coming out here. And now they are both towards the Baron pit, just dancing around, trying to see who will get there first. And it looks like SNHU might be trying to pick up that kill on Brenson, and he's just blocking their way off, and it looks like they're choked into that point. We see that giant ult coming out from Captions, and he is able to burn them down, and just Spoon is able to use that Janyas, and he does a lot of damage, but unfortunately it is not enough, as we see the second ace for Stonehill in this game.
But that's going to be... They probably could just run down a couple of these towers in the mid lane here. It looks like Brenson is going to be able to try to do that right now as he pushes through the bot turret here into the bot inhib. But other than that, it looks like they're really just trying to get this Baron here and trying to secure a little bit more damage onto these turrets, being able to push out the waves a lot easier. But
Brenson is just pushing this wave, and it looks like their inhibitor is down. With that Baron buff, it's going to do a lot of damage to their Nexus turret. It looks like they're able to do some damage control right now, as Stonehill is the priority on the Dragon right now, which is going to give them that edge that they need to win this game.
Yeah, if they're able to get this Dragon, they're going to be on a soul point there, so... Having Cloud Soul with their team here, a nice knockup from Brenson.
Going in strong.
Oh my god.
Trying to contest this Dragon, but unfortunately Stonehill's doing a lot of damage, just melting them down.
Oh, Showy
and
Colt.
we see a kill from Showy Colt as he is trying to escape with his life here, but unfortunately Mars is able to take him down, and it's looking like they are going to pick up the rest of the turrets right now.
Yeah, it's easy access through the bot lane into their base here with the super minion coming up behind them. There's not a lot that SNHU's Nexus has to defend them anymore. So this is going to be the end of the second game there. Going to Stonehill, taking us to game 3, which is very exciting from what we've seen from both of these teams here. Just excellent, really close games. And I feel like SNHU, despite being behind a lot of that game, was able to really, solidify their stance and just kind of, take a lot of punches that normally would knock other teams out.
For sure, and especially that Viego was able to play it really nicely, especially going around the jungle, just securing all those camps and his...
Yeah, the way that Viego played was pretty incredible too, I feel like.
For sure.
A lot of skilled players on both of these teams, but we are going to get straight to a break here before we get back to you with some more League. So we'll see you after the short break. Hello, welcome back. Just going to get straight into the draft here after that really short break that we just had. These two teams are just ready to get right back at it here, so I like the energy that we have coming out from both these teams so far.
Yeah, a lot of the same bands we see going on here, but we see Zaya's back this time on Stonehill's team. Rel is also back on SNHU White, and we also see Graves on SNHU White.
Nice. They're going to be able to pick that Graves away from Stonehill, so another pick that they might have wanted to play there is going to go to SNHU, and I think Stonehill picking that Zaya was probably a pretty smart choice, but they might be a little bit on edge now, like after they let that Zaya go through and not pick the Rakan away from them, so they're like, do we pick the Rakan or not? Is it a trap or something? But
now we see the Zaya Rakan duo come out. I always love to see that.
I love the Zaya Rakan duo. It's honestly pretty slept on because they're still pretty strong together.
Yeah, they complement each other very well, and they have abilities tailored to each other.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
I always love watching the Lovebirds, but I feel like the other bot lanes that they have going on, like Nyla Rel, for example, do a pretty good job of shutting down the two birds.
Alright, and for the second phase of bans, we see a Viego ban. Smart choice from SNHU White.
Yeah, after seeing the performance from Mars last game, definitely, I mean, I would slap back with another ban on to that Viego, but having the Graves in the jungle, I feel like they're going to try to reverse the roles here for both of the junglers, so hopefully give Graves or Eat the Vegans a little bit easier of a time here in the jungle, being able to play into Stonehill's jungler. Unlike last time, like they had the Jarvan versus the Viego, so it was a little hard to play into that, I feel like.
And we see a Veigar ban. Not very often that we see that.
That's an old pick that SNHU Spoon used to play. He used to only play Veigar, so it might be like a throwback to that if they want to pick the Veigar. But he plays, now he plays Syndra, plays Lissandra, plays Swain, and I think he plays a little bit Talia too, so has widened his horizons for picks there.
Ornn and Sion are back, as it seems like Sion was a really good pick last game, but I'm excited to see if Ornn is going to be a good answer to him this game.
I think Ornn is a pretty good pick into Sion. It's pretty, I feel like, meta between these two picks to even like see this in Worlds, for example. Not really wanting to have that much attention focus into the top lane, you're going to pick these two guys because they don't really need a lot going on, and they don't really care if they get gold or not. They're just going to end up doing their thing anyways. So the difference is Stonehill's going to want to try to create a split unless they play those Sion ultimates like crazy in the team fights again. And Ornn is going to want to play more of the 5v5 team fight, just everyone together. So Stonehill is going to have to try to create some kind of pressure to kind of counteract that, because I do think Ornn is going to outperform Sion in the team fight.
I'm surprised to see Fiddlesticks here. Fiddlesticks is always a joy, especially when ganking at level 6. And we see Lissandra and Annie mid. Now, what do you think about that matchup?
Lissandra into Annie, I feel like Lissandra has counterplay. With her ultimate, can end up ulting herself if Annie tries to ult onto her at the right time. So definitely some counterplay to that. But sorry, throat's a little bit sore. We definitely are going to see probably more of a bot lane focus again for both of these teams. Some attention could go to the mid laners, but I mostly see them kind of just getting rid of the wave and just like moving to other parts of the map.
For sure. And Annie's ult, I'm looking to see, just as you said, Lissandra having good saves, especially with that ultimate.
That is a skill matchup in the mid lane if I've ever seen one. So watching these two battle it out is going to be pretty interesting, because I feel like Just Spoon like overperformed with the Syndra, and then Captions overperformed with the Aurelion in the next game. So seeing who comes out on top, I feel like is just the ultimate battle of wits between these two mid laners here. But we're going to throw to a quick break. I'm going to get some water. We'll see you right back after that. Welcome back as we get right into the game here. We are going to see both these teams back at it again. SNHU versus Stonehill. Not really doing a 5-point here, but just, tiptoeing around this mid bush here, kind of reverting back to, normal, not collegiate, like esports. Not having 5-point, denying vision and stuff. So they are going to be able to get kind of a deeper ward into this top river here, maybe. It looks like Fiddlesticks is really trying for something right now.
It looks like Graves is going into there, which might deny him the opportunity. And they're closing in on Mars right now.
Oh, yeah,
a little
spotting him out.
damage done on him.
Yeah, that was a nice ward there, I think, from Just Spoon to be able to catch that rotation into their jungle there. But now Eat the Vegans has his red warded there, so I think what Graves does here is just does a full clear down towards the bot side anyways, and they're going to be able to spot that out a little bit earlier and kind of get an idea of what is going to go on here in terms of the jungler.
Now, I have a feeling this is going to be an interesting game as we see these matchups. And I'm excited to see the ganks that come from both junglers as well. And Sion getting that clear. Looks like Barvane is keeping Chevy Colt safe for now. So he has to get closer to these minions than most ADCs do.
Yeah, that's one of the problems, but I feel like it kind of makes up, or Nyla makes up for it in a lot of other ways, such as the increased XP and the ability to dodge auto attacks from ADCs. So,
for sure. We see the same kind of thing going on in top lane as we talked about before. Looks like this wave is going to be crashing into blue tower soon. CS is pretty equal across the board for now. And Brenson is looking to be aggressive on Buckles. Buckles is responding, and he is going to play it safe for now, letting Brenson push that wave in.
This wave here crashing into the tower. SNHU is going to have prio towards the bot side here, but that could be a blessing or a curse here as both junglers are clearing down towards bot side here. It's just a matter of who clears faster to whether or not who gets there first. And I'm pretty sure that Fiddlesticks has a little bit faster of a clear here, but Eat the Vegans is doing a very good time or job on his time here. Around 3:30, going to be able to finish up these camps. That's exactly what you want to see here on Graves.
No, Lissandra's picking up a little bit of a CS lead as well. Graves might be looking for a gank soon sometime. And Just Spoon is pushing that wave. Now, Brenson has been playing really aggressive so far.
Yeah, Brenson has been doing a really good job on the Scion. It's kind of one of his hidden picks, I feel like.
Oh, and it looks like go in for that showy Colt is barely able to make it out with that flash. Mars is flashing in, trying to get that kill, and he's able to take first blood. Salvation is trying to do some damage control, helping out his allies, and Mars is just really powerful, knocking up Eat the Vegans, and he has to flash away from that, as they're going to have to recall.
Yeah, that's a really rough exchange there for SNHU. Stonehill's going to come out on top there with 1 kill in the lead.
And Mars, seeing that this jungle has been cleared out, wasting no time there. Showy Colt looking to take that farm that has crashed into his tower. We see a short gold lead from Stonehill.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gold lead going on right now. That 600 gold lead soon to probably turn into a 1K gold lead here, but Brenson is going to be pushed up a little bit too far here to be able to see the Graves come around here for the gank here, and is going to be able to get that slow. Brenson being forced to flash here. Eat the Vegan's going to get that extra damage off
And
as
Mars is going in
Mars.
with a response, and he looks like he backs off as Brenson also backs off from this fight. Seeing pretty good CS on bot side, with the wave crashing again into Stonehill side.
There's Shoiko going to be able to push in that wave there, get Prio, and the Dragon is up with Jungler towards bot side. They might be able to rotate for something here. Oh wait, never mind, that's Stonehill's jungler. Counter jungling.
I know, now that their matchups have been switched around a lot, it's kind of hard to tell who's who sometimes. It looks like Justman was able to push that tower into the wave, giving opportunity to roam towards the dragon and towards spot side. We see that ult coming out from Caption, so Rarvain is able to get away, but Showy Colt is just cornered in that little area, and they pick up the kill on him. Just Spoon is coming in with that Root, is able to get knocked up. Hopefully we see an ult somewhere here, and we see the ult. They're forced to run away, but Just Spoon flashes out, just trying to escape. And Eat the Vegans comes in to help.
Oh, the cancel! Oh my god, Just Spoon styling on Salvation there. It's going to be able to just cancel that knock-up and shut down Salvation.
I love how they turn that around. It's looking a little bit bad for SNHU. But as they're able to close that gap a little bit, Just Spoon's doing a great job at just crashing this wave into Caption's tower so that he has room to make those plays in other lanes.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like both of these mid laners mostly just want to get rid of the waves so they're able to actually affect the rest of the map there. Rarvain looking for something here is going to get the exhaust out of... wait, no, he's going to get the, Ghost out of Whitetail there.
Alright, and we see them both trying to secure Dragon right now, trying to clear out bot lane so that they have the freedom to go there unbothered. It looks like Eat the Vegans has already started working on it, as they just... Stonehill picks up a little bit of vision from Fiddlesticks. They notice that they're there, but what are they going to do about this, as it looks like SNHU has secured this dragon for now and they can't do much about that, so they back off. It looks like the gold gap is still there. We see almost a 1k gap there, but SNHU is doing pretty good. It's hard to tell where this will go.
Yeah, Stonehill is starting to build a little bit of a lead there. And after SNHU picks up that Dragon, I feel like it's starting to kind of even out here, because Dragon can only provide you so much, and it provides most of its utility going into the later stages of the game, when you start to actually get, the stats that add up where, 4% of something
now,
matters a little bit
Whitetail
more.
and Salvation are in this bush just inching to get at them, but unfortunately they just have to reveal themselves, as Showy Colt and Rarvain are not getting close enough to allow them that. Captions is rotating towards bot side. We might see a possible gank coming in from either jungler. Eat the Vegans. Unsure, but probably going in for this gank right now.
Yeah, there's Captions. He's going to rotate back here. Eat the Vegans coming out here. Just a little bit of a scare. He's going to be able to push them off there, and Buckles is doing a pretty good job of actually holding Brenson down here in the top lane, and not really allowing him to do too much. His turret's nearing half health there, so not the best thing, but he's going pretty even in CS, and I think that's kind of what matters as he shift into the later stages of this game. But
Salvation pops out with that ult, and we see Captions going with that ult that stuns Rarvain and unable to keep him off it. Rarvain goes in with that ult. Whitetail also goes in with that ult. Showy Colt is able to pick up that kill with that last auto attack. Captions is just hitting Showy Colt down, and he is not able to make it out of there with that Lysandra ult on Salvation, and he might just be able to take Captions down, but Captions is able to get away with a sliver of health. And we see that Fiddlesticks ult.
They just got vision on him at the last second there, but he's still going to burn him down. The flash smite there to take out Eat the Vegans there is going to be another kill onto Mars as he develops this bounty on himself. Bounty on captions and Mars right now.
Right, and we still see this wave is just pushed straight up Buckles' lane. Brenson is able to just be so aggressive without any punishment at all. And Buckles might have to engage in this fight as Brenson is just getting really aggressive. He goes in with that ult. Isn't able to knock him out. He has to flash out of that. And it looks like they're just going to back off for now.
Unstoppable ultimate there to counteract the Ornn ultimate. I feel like Sion is just, not one of the best matchups that Ornn wants to go into here in the top lane.
Now Mars might be looking for a second gank bot lane. Salvation is able to knock up Showy Colt as he is stuck in an uncomfortable position right now. Rarvane is not able to peel for him as they're just in a bad position, and they're able to chase them around, just cut them off at that point. Rarvane's not able to do much about that. Salvation chasing Rarvane down. Rarvane's able to get away. And it's not looking good for bot side right now, but it looks like Eat the Vegans is going for that Rift Herald, which might open up possibilities. Now, where do you think it would be most beneficial for Eat the Vegans to drop this Rift Herald?
Eat the Vegans is able to drop this mid and they're able to get one more plating before that, or even at that time, they're going to be able to just open up this mid turret and get the first gold bounty there for the turrets on top of that plating would be a really massive.
Looks like Buckles was going to go in for that as Eat the Vegans is going to give some help with this gank. And Brenson is just unrelentless. He is trying to pull himself out of this fight as he no longer has his ult for that safety. He's just going to run to his turret for now.
It might actually end up being in the top lane here, which wouldn't be too bad. It's going to be gold all the same, but I was going to go solo onto Eat the Vegans there, which, I mean, that's another play there too, because he's going to get that big paycheck and be able to get that Youmu's and affect the map a little bit faster there.
Now we see a bounty that's been built up onto Annie and Fiddlesticks, as they just seem to be doing great, but Justine also has that CS lead. We also see pretty much equal CS across the board, except for mid and a little bit of top. And it looks like Stonehill still is keeping that gold lead for now as they are going for the dragon. And Eat the Vegans and Rarvane are at an awkward position to engage right now as it looks like there's a 4-man around the dragon.
Ooh, wait, Buckles almost was able to solo kill Brenson there. Left running with his tail between his legs, but here in the bot lane, as they're fighting for this dragon there, it looks like Mars is getting pretty low there. Just Spoon going to be able to flash in and take him out there. Another kill going out on Whitetail. It's going to be another person down for Stonehill, and as Salvation falls, that's the last person here that SNHU needs to take out in order to secure this dragon for the team.
Now that Lissandra ult and the root coming out from Lissandra was really amazing because it just provided that CC that SNHU needed just to keep them in place to be able to rain ults down upon them.
Yeah, that was a really nice played team fight there from SNHU. So that's going to be one of the ways they get back into this game. I mean, they're basically back in already. They have now are in the lead a little bit with the gold and have the 2 dragons on top of it. So that's not what you want to see from Stonehill's side there. So this could be a hard game now for Stonehill to try to actually get back in the saddle.
Right, and Salvation might have been looking for that engage, but Showy Colt and Rarvane are playing it safe for now. Showy Colt is missing half of his health right now. And it looks like the top turret has gone down as there is a brawl going on right now. Buckles is 1 level ahead. He's trying to dance around him as Eat the Vegans just goes in behind, tries to poke him down. And Brenson is having to go out with that flash, trying to escape.
Desperately trying to get out of here.
he's knocked them up, he's stunned them, he's trying to get them off and trying to disengage. Just Spoon just comes in with that last hit.
And that's going to be Brenson down here, and I think they're going to be able to get that bottom tier 1 in return, but it's not. I mean, I guess that's a little bit worth there. A lot of the team is poised down towards the spot lane. They might be able to pick up a few extra camps if they're really lucky. Going to get that scuttle grab. And now, testing their luck, we're going to see Rarvane go in on captions. He's just stunned for so long. There's not a lot he can do here. Mars coming in with the ultimate. Nyla going to be able to just burst down everyone anyways and not securing that kill on Rarvane. No one's fallen yet. Mars finally going to be able to pick up a kill on Shoei Cole. Another double knock up there and playing the choke. They're able to just burst down the rest of SNHU. A nice team fight there from Stonehill that, I mean, started as a skirmish but ended up as a war.
Yeah, I was not expecting this to turn out into an all-out brawl, but especially with these huge AoE ultimates, it's also providing a lot of damage for both teams and those knockups too. I mean, both teams know when to use their ults at the perfect times, which is crucial to saving these team fights. It looks like Stonehill has picked up a little bit of the gold lead again. Just Spoon teleporting into mid, going aggressively after Brenson. I don't think Just Spoon has the damage, but he goes in with that ult, and Rarvane knocks up, stunning, and trying to secure that kill on Brenson.
Brenson's a little bit low now. Oh, the passive gets proc. Not the first person you want to kill in this team fight, but they are going to be able to deal with him accordingly. And that's a weird interaction, being able to turn the zombie into that Lissandra pawn there, but...
Now, Rarvane and Just Spoon are looking to take some camps up there. Buckles might be getting cut off from Fiddlesticks, and Rakan actually Shoei Cole barely escaping.
What an interaction! He can dodge those auto attacks from Tibbers with his W. I didn't even know that.
Alright, Tibbers is going to die here, but Whitetail's getting a lot of damage opening up this mid lane right here. Just going to be crucial for Stonehill.
Oh, here comes Brenson, and Mars with the ultimate is going to eat the vegans and just get him out of the fight really early there. A nice little engage there from Brenson and Mars, being able to, play the team fight. Sion is a weird, change of pace there for Stonehill. You don't normally see Sion in team fights that often, I feel like.
Sion is doing a really good job at just being unrelentless and being very aggressive with the other team, and despite dying, he's still got that passive to give him that extra edge even after death, which is one of the things that I love about Sion.
Yeah, Sion, it kind of turns into a weird, lose-lose situation. You don't really want to kill him, but you also don't want to not let him live there. But Mars gonna stay alive for a very long time before that shutdown goes to Shoei Cole there.
Really great shutdown on Fiddlesticks, as they now have an extra ability to take this dragon down, as they do not have a jungler to smite or steal this. And it looks like Stonehill is just gonna back off and let them have this dragon. SNHU might be looking to take the soul in the next round, as that would give them a perfect edge, but it looks like Stonehill's going to punish them by taking this Rift Herald and possibly opening up the map a lot more for them. It's a good choice on their part.
Stonehill going to be able to pick up that Rift Herald here, but as a fight breaks out here, Salvation is going to be able to engage a nice little skirmish here, a 3-on-4, and it looks like Rarvane's going to fall there. Not a lot that Nyla can do into that Mars ultimate. It's going to be a really nice pickup for both of those players on Stonehill there, and a nice little advantage that they've started to build up here. SNHU has really got to giddy up here before they're going to, it's going to be lights out for them.
Looks like Just Spoon's trying to do
a nice engage there.
Ult. Brenson is not able to make it away. Right, and Stonehill still having a little bit of a gold lead. Now, how do you think SNHU can turn this around?
I think that SNHU is going to do a pretty good job of trying to take these, better skirmishes or more favored skirmishes by playing the macro a little bit better. But what they really got to watch out for is the team fights with Mars, right? If you're able to get vision on the Fiddlesticks and you're able to really play around him a little bit better in the team fights. But it's been really hard to do that in general for them so far going throughout this game.
Now, it looks like Showy Colt might be coming in to secure a kill on this Annie.
Yeah, Showy Colt gallops into the bot lane here trying to find Captions. Captions going to have to flash back, but Showy Colt's going to be able to just fight right back there. Change of pace here as Salvation canters on through this Tribush. It's going to be a little bit difficult for him to actually catch a lead here on Just Spoon. A nice timed ultimate is not going to last long enough. We're going to see that engage here from Brenson. The teleport coming out from Buckles, and now an all-out fight. The Avengers have assembled here. Mars is the only one missing.
All right, it looks like they're not going to go in for this fight right now. But Baron is up. They both have vision on it. Now they might be rotating to see who can get that. But for now, it looks like they're not going to take any trades that they're too unsure about who's going to come out on top right now.
It's really up to Stonehill to just, let the horses rocket out of the stable right now, because I feel like once they actually get things going here, it's going to be difficult for SNHU to really respond with an accurate
looks like that Ripped Herald is coming out top, and just been trying to do some damage control, but it's going to do a lot of damage to their turret, and Sion's just doing a really good job at pushing in these waves and taking down these towers across the rift. Mars might be looking to help Brenson, as Just Spoon has no idea Mars is right around the corner.
Just Spoon trying to get back into the stirrup here, just fighting back with Brenson is going to be a really hard split to match, but
this
it looks like
good ult.
No, yeah, SNHU is coming to the rescue here. I think they have 4-on-4 here, just Annie and Graves missing. Graves rotating down. I don't think Annie has teleport to try to match this here.
So he has a lot of good vision in this jungle.
Oh no, Mars coming through with the ultimate, a huge amount of damage. Brenson doesn't care, gonna barrel on through them, and that's gonna be a lot of damage on them. A nice AoE, but it looks like SNHU is gonna come out here on top here. Doesn't matter that they got that engaged, so they're missing a whole player in the top lane.
Whitetail's able to make it out of this fight, but this is a huge win for SNHU as they are able to close that gold gap, and they are also able to get some extra gold for themselves to be able to buy those items that can give them that extra edge. And it looks like Baron is up, and Eat the Vegans and Showy Colt are going to be going after this. Now, Stonehill does not have any vision here, but they are highly suspicious. Captions is just taking a little peek.
Showy
Just knows
Colt
that he's there.
Burning through the Baron is going to be able to take this Baron down very quickly.
No, I really like how Just Spoon spotted that Annie and was denied any kind of engage that could possibly happen between them. But Stonehill's going to respond by taking the Drake.
Yeah, Stonehill, this is a pretty accurate response, I feel like. Just going 1 for 1 here and not letting SNHU really use their advantage that they've been given with the Baron in order to actually try to secure that extra dragon on top. So
the next Drake is going to be really crucial for SNHU to take, as this could give them a really huge edge in the game. Taking Soul, that is not coming up for a while, as we see Stonehill gathering around mid, trying to save Oh, and Rarvane is going in. They're charmed by the Rakan, going with that ult, pulling them in, and we see the ult coming out from Buckles, knocking up a huge portion of their team.
Oh my god, SNHU has control of the reins right now, being able to just take these fights, even if they're down on people are going to be able be engaged on first there. It's just incredible how much of an advantage they've built up so far.
And Brenson's coming in to help his team with that ult, sending Rarvane airborne, killing Rarvane, and the rest of the team is trying to get away. Showy Colt with that ult, healing a lot. Captions is able to get away, and Showy Colt is now dead. Buckles trying to do damage control, taking up kills. Just Spoon got a kill, and Salon flashes over, trying to keep safe. Just Spoon is going in aggressively, and they're able to take down that mid turret with ease. Now Just Spoon has to be careful here, and he gets killed as Stonehill's teammates come in to save the day.
Yeah, SNHU just gonna trot on out here. Oh, Eat the Vegan's just barely gonna miss Mars. A little bit tilted, gonna ult the Raptors there. But I hear pings coming out. Someone's mad. Someone is mad right now. But that's going to be a nice little advantage that SNHU has. I hear the players laughing right now, so I can't wait to see what else they have in store for us. But SNHU really, I mean, they kind of have the pace of the game right now. They still have a little bit of Baron left. Not much that they can do with it, but they are going to be able to kind of influence the direction that this game goes in. It's really up to them to really make the move right now.
Well, the tables have turned as SNHU has the gold lead now and also a kill lead. I'm excited to see what happens with this next dragon that will come up not too long from now, and possibly future team fights. So it looks like the teams are split up right now. Salvation, Captions, and Whitetail trying to salvage mid lane. And it looks like SNHU has grouped up right now, possibly looking for a fight.
Buckles, Brenson here in the mid lane just acting as the front line here. It's up to them to really step up, be the mule of the team to really, pull things through here. Being able to just actually, carry the rest of the team to their victory, because they're the ones that really control the space. Being able to push through the front line is the start to a 5-on-5 victory for a team fight.
Now as SNHU resets a bit, we see them kind of just playing it safe for now. Brenton and his team trying to push into this turret, but SNHU is there to defend. They're both kind of just playing it safe now, but now that Drake is coming up soon, we see Stonehill possibly going towards their caption, taking some farm at bot lane. We see a little bit of a skirmish going on here around the dragon. Now, I'm excited to see who is going to take this, as this could turn the tables for either side.
Yeah, I like the way that this is starting. A little bit different thing that they need to do is just kind of pull the trigger here and be able to just actually be the first one to make the move, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to be the one that actually comes out on top when that happens. But Showy Colt's going to get just absolutely bursted down as Mars pulls through here with the ultimate. It's going to be a big amount of damage here, but somehow Eat the Vegan's just shredding through the rest of the team. Where did the damage come from? Just Spoon and Eat the Vegan's going to just melt the rest of the team right now.
Now that spray from Eat the Vegan's ultimate really did a lot of damage to the entire team, which gave them that edge in that team fight. And now they are able to take Soul, which is going to give them a huge boost for the rest of this game.
Yeah, I thought that team fight was going to Stonehill there, but then I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold your horses.
Now Eat the Vegan's taking down this inhibitor, which is going to give him those super minions, totally creating a huge gap between both of the teams. As SNHU now has a gold lead as well.
Now walking towards the Baron here, this is pretty much going to be a free Baron here for SNHU.
And it looks like Stonehill might be coming in to contest that. Now I'm surprised. Might just be taking a peek for now. Mars going in with that ultimate, and he is not doing enough damage. Buckles might die here, left with a sliver of health, but Mars looks like he is taking a lot of damage, but unfortunately SNHU has been killed in this team fight. We have just Spoon making it out.
They've been dethroned here, and that's going to be a little bit more of them closing the lead that they have right now. Oh, Branson just really trying to get Just Spoon here. Might have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew. Just Spoon kind of just melting through his health bar. Plus, he's the one remaining member
Mars
of the
might
team.
be going in for this.
Yeah, Mars actually might be looking for something. Just Spoon might get a little bit too cocky here. Oh my god, no!
Wasn't able to
so
teleport
close.
out at that last second.
That was so close there. Almost so flashy from Just Spoon, but the fear, I don't even know how the fear still landed. Oh, it was his Q. Sorry. I thought it was the passive where if he stands still long enough, but it was his Q that he got the fear off with there.
Now Stonehill is taking the lead again. We see a lot of back and forth from both teams, because I feel like this is a very equal matchup, not just champion-wise, but skill-wise as well.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of firing back here, and I feel like they're really firing on all cylinders here. SNHU being able to, change the pace of the game so quickly, but now Stonehill really is kind of, they're starting to become the ones in charge, even with SNHU having all this advantage, having the soul. Stonehill is being able to come up on top, and I feel like part of that might be due to the amount of items that, Zaya and Scion are actually being able to pick up here, being 3 on that Scion, 1 over the Ornn, and having almost 4 on the Zaya.
And SNHU is just trying to push those waves back into Stonehill, denying them that lead that they have. I'm excited to see the next team fight that will come out. See a lot of back and forth going between both teams, as neither team wants to commit to a fight right now. What do you think the next objective should be for SNHU?
Well, you know what they say. You gotta put the horses before the cart, and that means you really gotta try to get your feet underneath you before you try to, actually... I see someone looking at me right now. But yeah, there's SNHU coming out here, just poisoning themselves around this dragon. It's going to be the next objective that comes up here. So they're really looking at that, getting this objective control, and going to be able to try to actually get this Elder, because that Elder is going to be game changing. Like this is the make or break of the game. You get this Elder and you're going to win the game.
Yep, I feel like whoever takes this is going to be the winner. We've seen a lot of back and forth, but either this Elder or unlikely Baron will give either team the edge to just end this game. And it looks like SNHU is going to be staying on in the pit, trying to secure this. And Stonehill, unsure, not really committing to going in there, trying to get a little bit of vision, trying to see what's going on. But it looks like Stonehill is very split up right now. It might not be contesting this.
That would probably be a fatal mistake there, because this is something that you really need in order to stay in the game. So at least trying to coin flip it would be the best bet there. So just letting them burn it down, like acting like you're giving it, and then at the last second jumping in there and actually trying to contest it. So that
it looks like they've got their team together.
Yeah, but that's not really what it looks like they're doing. It looks like they're just going to try to fight for it. So we might see a huge fight here break out. And what they really need to try to do is drag this out so that Fiddlesticks can't play around the vision that he wants to play around in order to get his AoE fear off.
Well, they're both anxious to commit to a fight right now. But the dragon is up now. Just Spoon goes in, engaging with it first. It looks like Stonehill is just unsure of what to do here. Brunson doing most of the aggro. And we see that awesome ult coming out from Mars. It was just right from behind. I didn't even see that coming, doing a lot of damage to SNHU. And SNHU is able to respond to that, taking a couple of kills.
Just Spoon, look at all the Zaya or Lissandra passes just bursting through them. Oh my god, a quadra kill
from Eat the Vegans.
The what? They walked straight into them, and then Eat the Vegans shot them right in the face. Oh my god, you can't underestimate the Graves and Lissandra damage. That's the first mistake they made there.
And it looks like with this Elder Dragon now down, SNHU is going to have the lead that they need to win this game.
Yeah, I would just walk the Baron here and be able to try to close out this game here, or just try to force them to actually respond to you. Because if you just sit there at the Nexus turrets long enough with your cannons and protecting them, they're gonna have to do something, or else their turrets and Nexus are just gonna die.
Looks like, just as you said, they're gonna be going towards Baron Pit. I'm excited to see what Stonehill's response is going to be to this, but there is not much that they can do right now. The teleport coming in from Buckles to help out his team. Stonehill's going to be looking for possibly a contest on this Baron. I don't think they're going to get it. Looks like they're just going to be melting that Baron down. And Stonehill is forced to back off now that they have both Baron and the Elder Dragon. It looks like SNHU is going to be able to use this lead to push right into their base. Yeah, so the way that you gotta play this, like I was explaining, is those cannon minions, look how far they shoot. They shoot like way back when, for some reason. So you just gotta try to take those cannons and have all 5 members just protect that one cannon and have it whittle down that inhibitor, because they have to step up so far to be able to try to kill that cannon, and it's just not really worth your time. Because it has spell protection, it has a bunch of resistances as well, auto attack resistances. So that's kind of what they're doing right now. Just all 5 members, especially with the Elder, like there's not a lot you can really do. Just wait for those cannons to melt down that those turrets. And it looks like they're going to get a little cocky there. Whitetail taking so much damage. That's kind of what you want if you're SNHU. Just wait for one of them to step up there, but you're going to see that cannon doing its work there, just slowly sieging this turret right now. Now that cannon unexpectedly does a lot of turret damage.
Like I'm saying, like that's how you try to end this game, is you got to take those cannons. It's a really slow and brutal process, but Brenson getting a little ahead of himself there. Captions just getting bursted. So much damage. There's nothing that Stonehill can do right now. Their turrets just melting before their eyes. Salvation trying to cling on here. Whitetail getting deleted, and that's going to be the game there for SNHU, going up 2-1 against Stonehill. What an excellent game here from both of these teams. What just happened? SNHU just, blew them out of the water at the end there.
Graves had a lot of great ults that really just bursted down Stonehill.
I did not expect the amount of damage that Graves had with that those auto attacks, and the amount of damage that we saw coming out from Lissandra. And, the surprising part is also seeing, Nyla just kind of delete the ADC, the backline too as well. But before we send you guys off, a couple of things we have to talk about that I was talking about in the beginning here is we got Never Hold Back on Saturday. I think the bracket starts around 6, so make sure you show up to that. I'll be there casting a little bit, hopefully. But aside from that, we got Granite State Grind, November 12th. If you want to sign up for that, make sure to check out our socials. It's at SNHU Esports. So you also get our start times and everything, our schedule for the game. So you'll be able to keep in touch with us pretty easily that way if you stick around with us on social. So make sure to give us a follow, check us out there. Other than that, what do we got tomorrow? Is it Overwatch?
I believe so.
Yep, got Overwatch tomorrow, so stay tuned around this time again tomorrow to check out some Overwatch. And we'll be back. We'll be back with League next week. So see you then.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks.